Michigan for the NCAA Women's Bowling Regional. Coach just gave an opening statement about that nice win against FDU. Had battle to get it.
Yeah, it was definitely a battle. I felt like we started off fairly strong in the traditional game, and then I felt like we sort of closed the 9th and 10th. It's a little underwhelming, and I felt like, to give FDU credit, the match was the game was sort of out of hand, but they threw a bunch of doubles in the 10th frame. I think they got a little bit of momentum going into the Baker point, and I feel like we sort of lulled through the Baker point to the point that they were able to win that. I felt like we didn't play very well probably until the last 4 or 5 the 4 Baker games in the best of 7. I sort of felt like that was the first time we got comfortable. And I talked yesterday about being normal, and I felt like we were finally normal towards the end of that match. I felt like we were pressing, we were playing for something bigger than what that match was, and you're not going to be successful if you're doing that. So I compliment our team and our effort, because I felt like we were 10th frame from being down 3-0, and we were able to battle back and win that one. So hopefully that will come in handy later.
For Coach and or Izzy, whenever you were in the best of 7 down 3-1, what were some of the things you were saying in the huddle to kind of shift momentum?
So some of the things that we were saying was to make them earn it. We aren't a team that backs down. We always lock in no matter the situation. And we have such a depth and talented roster that comes with a lot of experience. But specifically, I feel like the momentum shift came from our 2 freshmen, Sapphire and Sydney, sorry. Sydney striking out in the 10th, and then Sapphire coming in and just making clutch shots was definitely the shift that we needed in that match.
You are no stranger to this position, so compared to 2 years ago, how do you feel moving forward into your next match?
I probably feel like I did then too. I feel pretty good about it. I feel like when you're playing a team like Wichita, when you're playing a team like 2 years ago, I think it was Arkansas, like you're going to have adversity, and you're going to have to make shots. And I feel like our team is talented and deep enough that it doesn't matter which 5 is playing, that they're going to be the ones that are going to be able to make the shots. And we've played Wichita a bunch this year. They've all come down more or less to the end. I don't expect this to be any different, and so I'm hoping that we come out on the good end of it.
Real quick, it was a 4-hour match, and obviously a lot of lane transitions happened during that time. What did you learn from this previous match from a strategy perspective that might help you against Wichita State for both of you?
I think, honestly, I feel like it's kind of easy to say to control the pocket, but there's only so much you can say when you're telling someone to control the pocket, and I feel like learning into the Wichita match will definitely do what we did to begin with in the traditional match, but I feel that we'll probably make quicker decisions in the Baker match. Personally, that's what I feel is going to happen. But yeah, I don't really know what else to say.
My strategy would be hope to not go to the best of 7. So
That's a good one.
hopefully we'll get it done in 2. That'll be my strategy.
That works.
Okay. Congratulations. Good luck this afternoon.